It was never a thing of mine to take into account unrealized investment profits or losses when accounting for my net worth, but because many of you have been asking me for a video like this, and also maybe because I'm slightly curious at where I'm at as someone who has started investing since November 2022, let's find out together what my net worth is right now. Let's go. Before we get into the numbers, let me share with you my reason why. It is just my personal preference, and I'm not implying that you should also do it this way. You do you and I'll do me. But I feel like it will give me a false sense of wealth. My portfolio could go from 100,000 to 120,000, and that's a fantastic 20% gain. But nothing in my life actually changes. And if it drops back the next week, still nothing changes. I'm not going to liquidate my positions anytime soon, and I'll only sell when my strategy no longer makes sense or when the timeline I've set for myself is up. It really comes down to one question: what kind of investor am I? And this question is really important because it determines the mindset and how you invest. If you haven't figured that out yet, take the time to do it before you start investing. It will definitely save you a lot of stress and help you stay consistent no matter what the market is doing. For example, with my S&P 500 investment, the plan is to hold it out for the next 20 years, which I've shared as well in this video right over here. Even though I don't know exactly what I'll use the money for, maybe I'll use it to fund a dream like running the Airbnb overseas. But in the short term, any noise in the market doesn't affect me, and I'll stay consistent with my monthly investments. On the other hand, when it comes to my dividend portfolio, I focus more on the yearly dividend it pays me and not the short-term gains or losses. For short to medium-term goals, I rely more on relatively liquid assets, mainly cash, bonds, and my CPF OA for housing purposes. And that's my reason of why I don't take into account any investment profits. But it's good to know, I guess. So let's dive into the numbers together right now. This is my net worth tracker that comes together with the Notion Finance template that you guys see me use and account for in my Money Diaries series. Every single month, I use that to budget for the different expense categories, track my inflows, outflows, and all my account balances. If you guys are interested, I'll put a link down in the description box below. But we are focusing more on the investments table, and as you can tell, I do use quite a few investment platforms. As I go through them one by one, I'll share with you what I use them for. It's in SGD. What I've done is that whatever US investments I have, I use the current exchange rate and swap it back to SGD just to give it a number. So Interactive Brokers is my largest holdings. I use them to invest into the S&P 500, specifically CSPX and some US individual stocks. Capital amount that I have pumped in is at $68,000 and unrealized gains is at 14,000. So currently the balance is at 82,335. Momo Singapore is what I use to invest into the Singapore stock market, specifically Singapore REITs. I have $51,800. Right now it's valued at $54,530. I've also used the dividends that I've received in 2023 and 2024 to reinvest via the regular savings plan into some US stocks as well. You might ask me, why don't I just withdraw the dividends and pump it into Interactive Brokers and invest, since the fees are cheaper, exchange rates is better? I prefer consolidating, and also because the dividend amount is not exactly very big. I think it's only at 2,000 over Singapore dollars. But right now, my US investments using the dividends I've received is actually up quite a bit as well. I'll show you on screen right now. Anyway, Singapore REITs, as I mentioned, I'm not looking at profits or losses. I'm more focused on how much dividends am I receiving annually. So that is Momo Singapore. DBS Vicas is what I use to buy into Singapore banks. The reason I don't use Momo Singapore is because I don't trade in and out when it comes to Singapore banks. I only buy and I hold for the long term. Amount invested, $43,675. Right now, it's at $52,951. So that portfolio is already up close to $9,276. For my bond holdings, $40,000 I've invested. For this investment, I'm not looking for capital gains. It's more for the every 6 months semi-annual coupon that I'm receiving. Right now, the bonds are valued at $41,215 and I'm up $1,200. I'm not focusing on this because at the end of the day, I'm holding all the bonds up until maturity. Longbridge Singapore is a platform I recently started using to invest into the Singapore stock market because of the cheaper commissions and platform fees. As a Longbridge user, we enjoy lifetime commission-free trades in the US, Hong Kong, and Singapore stock market, not forgetting the trading cash coupons to offset the platform fees as well. I bought into a Singapore stock the other day and only had to pay the SGX related fees. If you have $2,000 sitting around in this low interest rate environment, Longbridge Singapore and MAS licensed investment platform current new user promotion is offering close to $200 worth of sign-up rewards. When you sign up using my exclusive link down in the description box below or scan this QR code over here, deposit the $2,000, you'll get $18 exclusively and a total of 12% interest boost on the $2,000 deposited into Longbridge Cash Plus, a money market fund. And if you go a step further by holding the funds there for 30 days and fulfill the requirements, you get half an Nvidia share. And of course, if you deposit more and fulfill the respective requirements, you can get up to $800 worth of sign-up rewards. If you're still looking for a platform to start your investment journey, try out Longbridge Singapore today. I'll leave more details down in the description box below. I have $35,399 in there and right now I'm losing $57. SRS investments, I use that to buy into Singapore banks. Topping up my SRS account will help me to reduce my taxes and it's what I'm looking to do this year again. I'm up $1,879 for this account. Stashaway general investing portfolio I've covered on the channel in this video. I wanted to test out a portfolio, do it for the next 1 year, and it helps me to diversify what I currently have as well. If you want to know what I invested into, the risk profile, etc., I'll link that video up above and down in the description box below. I have regularly invested $100 every single month for the past 5 months, and right now it's up $17 and an equivalent percentage amount, I'll leave it over here. For Scythe account, $30 is just sitting as cash there. I don't really use Scythe anymore except for helping to invest into CSPX, one-off purchases for my family funds. All in all, capital I've invested into the stock market since November 2022 was $252,000 and it's currently sitting at $281,860. That is $30,000 gains, almost $30,000. Yep, so taking into account investment profits and losses, my current net worth is at $482,000. If I'm a day trader and I'm using trading to grow my net worth, then of course, yes, I'll take into account profits and losses, even if it's unrealized. Because I'm a long-term investor, it's not exactly important. But what's more important is that my investment strategy is still relevant and the companies I'm investing into is still worth investing into. If a strategy changes, then of course I have to liquidate my positions and recognize those gains or losses. And that is how I manage my money. So I hope it helps any one of you out there who is still new to personal finance, trying to understand the different ways. But at the end of the day, as I've always mentioned, personal finance is personal. It's what works for you. Like everybody is different. Your strategy, your background is all different. And what you want for yourself and what I want for myself is different. I hope by sharing my mindset, it helps any one of you who wants to adopt and you feel like it aligns to you, then yes, go ahead and adopt. But anyway, all this is to say, I'm just trying to have fun documenting my personal finance journey here. If you have any comments, leave it down in the comment section below, or if you want to chat further, you can join my Telegram community. I'll put the QR code over here and link down in the description box below. I'll catch you guys in my next video, and as always, have a great week ahead. Bye bye.